Hey, g'day guys, Neil here, how you going? Look, I've got a tip for you. If you're going up to the Newnes Plateau to explore, do a few tracks, test out your 4B, my tip is this. First up, have coffee and brekkie in the Lithgow Tin Shed on Bridge Street. The coffee and food are great, it's dog friendly, and it's only a couple of kilometres from having brekkie to being in the bush. And if you drive in via State Mine Gully Road, it's an interesting and scenic way to get up on the plateau. Okay, we've finished brekkie, so let's get going. So stay on Bridge Street, cross the railway lines, turn right onto Inch Street. You stay on Inch until you turn left on Atkinson. And a little while later, cross the railway line and you're on State Mine Gully Road. There's more potholes than bitumen. Could do with a bit of maintenance. You'll pass the State Mine Heritage Park, which is only open on Sunday arvos midday to 4 p.m. So we're on the other end of State Mine Gully Road, and there's actually houses this end, but now it's sort of disappearing into the bush. So this might be a more interesting way to come into Lithgow. Yes, Newnes Plateau Discovery Trail, according to that sign. When the bitumen ends, it gets scenic very quickly. But before you start the climb, first, turn left over this hump and have a look at the old winding engine house. It's abandoned and covered with graffiti, but it's still an interesting bit of Lithgow's mining history. The engine was steam driven back then, and back in the day the miners would output just over 10 tonnes each per shift by hand. That's pretty impressive. Okay, now we're going to drive up the hill towards Dobbs Drift Lookout. Sandstone overhang there, it's absolutely massive. Oh look, there's a massive cave here too. Have a look at this. If I wasn't so old, I'd climb up and have a look. This is very impressive. It's just Phil and me today. It's a Tuesday, but any day out in the bush is a good one, right? There's a young couple here climbing, trying to get up an overhang, and it looks like really hard work. Guys, have you checked out my YouTube Shorts page? If you don't have time to watch a long form video, there are some great short clips here. I'm still on State Mine Gully Road, and you come into Gardens of Stone State Conservation Area, which is the new name for this Newnes Plateau. Most of it's going to be this Gardens of Stone Conservation Area, I think. But look at the scenery. Phil should be coming up here in a minute. Oh, he's coming now. So there's another lot of pagodas up the end of this track, but the track's quite demanding. You've got like some rock shelves. From there, see, it's about over 1 metre high. They've got some rocks there. You probably get up it quite easily, but no point. Yeah, this is as good as the Lost City. I've never seen it before. Check out this one. There's not much left holding it, is there? Don't know if that will show up so well on the GoPro, but look, yeah, there's... Yeah. Another 10,000 years, it might fall over. Okay, so we are here, and that's that little track there. That's a very interesting track. Got rock steps and that, but it'd be great to try out. Our final destination today is the lookout at the end of Sunnyside Ridge Road. And we haven't done this track since 2021, so it's going to be interesting. We're on Sunnyside Ridge Road now. Go and have a look at the lookout. 13 k's though, or 14 k's nearly. Yeah, so this is Sunnyside Ridge Road, and normally it's got like permanent water holes on it, massive puddles, you know. But they've all been virtually dry so far. Yeah, I remember this section here. This was like one puddle after another. You can still see the holes, but there's no water. Yeah, I've got a good one coming up here. You can have a look. I think a bit further along there was massive like inland seas. They were like lakes. So we'll see if there's still some water in those. Probably be there in a few minutes, I'd say. Yeah, that's the Burrs Rock Trail there. It might be the one afterwards, I think, goes straight to the rock, but we'll have a look at that on the way back. Can't see what's under there, but probably be all right. But that's the first bit of water I've seen. That's the only line you could take though here. The rest of it is too chopped up. You know what I mean down here? Brush in the bush. Only that bit there. This is the washout back in 2021 when it was easily drivable. Yeah, so there's a big washout here. You can see it. Probably can't see it that well from here, but there's like a chicken track, so we're going to go down the chicken track. Maybe try a bit of that washout on the way back. There we go. Now, what do we do here? Ah, there's a ridge there. That's what it is. And there's another chicken track. Let me just back up a bit. Okay. Yeah, we're still in business. There we go. Bit tight, but anyway, all good fun. Yeah, we'll have a look at that on the way back out. I remember that washout from before, but it was doable back then. Weird little growths on the termite mound. We've reached the lookout and there's a large tarp set up. We'll find out later that it's a group of people doing abseiling and climbing. They've left taglines in place to pull the actual ropes they use back into position. So they've got the rope, sling round there, and then the rope, and that's the zip line goes across that cliff over there. It's very windy today, too strong to put my drone up, but it's such an impressive lookout. I'm using a part of Luke's video from 2021. All credit to Luke, this is a great clip and gives a bird's eye view of the cliffs. Now we're driving back out. We're going to do a few parts of the Powerlines to finish the day off. That's what Phil lost. And even the bolt. He's going to be very happy. I bet you never thought you'd see that again. They're both together.
Yeah. Talk about luck.
Pretty lucky finding Phil's bow shackle. Guys, my next video will be camping with Mark down near Wee Jasper, so keep an eye out for that. Mark is in a Y62 Patrol now, and I'm not jealous at all. Please like, subscribe and comment. It's a big help with YouTube's algorithm. Okay guys, hopefully I'll see you out on the tracks. If not, take it easy and I'll catch you later.